as I walk and as I run to every casino in the state. Roads that have curves or are straight, hit 'em all, Nevada.
Welcome, and thank you for giving my little YouTube videos a shot. I never thought I would do this, but I'm a big fan of Las Vegas YouTubers, and I have quite a few that are on that I subscribe to. And I thought, I would like to do something that no one has done before, at least to my knowledge, on YouTube channel. It's called Hit 'em All Nevada. Now, I did this many years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, back when there were no vlogs, and everything was done by blogs. And I was blogging every day, going around to every casino in the state of Nevada. And I had a regular column in the forums in the Las Vegas Advisor, the newspaper. And so that was very popular, and a lot of people really enjoyed it. And I posted every day along with the pictures and what happened and all that. And the comments were always very positive and nice. I'm having a problem with my glasses getting that reflection, and I apologize, but I kind of don't know what to do about it. I should mention to you that I want to be honest with you, full disclosure. This is day 2. And the reason I'm sitting in my room, I had done this entire intro in my car driving here to Las Vegas. The problem is that after I loaded it, there was no sound. It was just me doing this. It was horrible. And I thought, oh my gosh, I did the entire intro with nothing. I'm going to have to redo it. So this morning, this is day 2. Full disclosure, day 2. And this morning I checked, I went online, I thought, what could it be? And they gave me all kinds of ideas and things, and I did that. Got in my car, put it on the bracket so that it faces me while I'm driving, went through the entire intro again. And now I got back, it's afternoon, day 2 afternoon, loaded it up, just my mouth going, no sound. And it perplexed me because all of the other times when I was in the casinos and doing my bets and what have you, it worked fine. It's just that in my car. So I called my son and asked him what to do. Actually, he called me. And I told him of my problem. And he had a theory that it's probably because I have a brand new car that I rented. He says it's probably the Bluetooth is interfering. So tomorrow I will turn the Bluetooth off on my phone, and hopefully that solves the problem. And for the rest of the trip, I should be good. So here we go. Because this is day 2, I looked at the day 1 footage, and I beg your patience. I am new at this, and I have made some mistakes. 2 short videos, the angle is off, just a lot of rookie mistakes. I do promise you, because this is going to go on for a long time, many days, weeks. I promise you I will be my worst critic, and I will look and see what I can do to improve it and get better. And so stay with me. Even if you don't like this first one, stay with me for a couple of more days, and you'll see that I kind of try to improve it quite a bit. All right, next, let me explain to you what Hit 'em All Nevada is. It literally means what it says. I am going to place a bet in every single casino in this state. I have been researching far more extensively this time than I did last time, because last time they didn't have a lot of information. I was just driving and looking. I got some stuff off the internet, but not much, because back then they just didn't have everything that they have today. And now I think I am better prepared to hit every single casino. It doesn't mean that I will. I'm going to make my most honest effort to ensure that I hit every one that I can. So there's no doubt that as I pass a small town, as I'm driving from one major place to another major place, they may very well have a casino in there that I miss. But I have no idea of knowing that. But you can know that I am going to hit a lot. And I'm talking in excess of 400 casinos. So let's see how it goes. And I hope you'll stay with me. Now, when I say I'm going to place a bet in every casino, I'm not going cheapy here. I'm going to go with 3 different kinds of bets. I'm going to play roulette. And when I play roulette, I'm always going to bet on black. I'm not going to go with gut feelings. Oh, red today, black tomorrow. No, I'm not going to do that. It's going to be black every time. Supposedly, that's just a little less than 50-50 chance when you consider the green zeros. So I'm just going to stay with black. And I'm going to place $20 on black every time. Now, I will always try to do the machine roulettes because I have no problem with filming with those. I may have to do a table here and there, and I'll have to get the pit boss permission for me to film, or I may not be able to film. We'll see. That's why I'm going to stick to the machines mostly. I'm also going to be playing some video poker. When I play video poker, I will start with $25. And the reason I start with $25 is because it's $1.25 a bet, which equals 20 hands. I'm going to count 20 hands. And at the end of that count, after the 20 hands, I will again show you where I'm at. If I'm ahead, if I'm behind. One thing on video poker that you won't have is you won't find a zero because I always get at least a pair. I mean, that would be kind of a miracle in itself if I didn't at least get one pair. And then finally, the video slot machines, which is everyone's most favorite, I know. But I'm putting $40 in every time I play that. Now, that's going to be expensive. My thought is I'm going to play until I hit either a bonus or a feature. And as soon as I hit a bonus or a feature, I'm going to play that for you, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to cash out. No backup spins, any of that. I'm just going to cash out. It's either going to be up or down, or it's going to be zero. I fear a lot of them will be zeros, but hopefully I'll have a couple of nice hits along the way that'll make up for some of those zeros. I am not going to play blackjack because of the double down feature. Don't want to go through that, and you can't film. I do not want to play craps because of playing the odds is the only correct way to play that. Again, I cannot film. So I'll just stick to the roulette. And I'm not going to play the craps machines because, again, it's the whole down, double down. I'm not going to deal with any of that. So I'll just keep it nice and simple. Those are the 3 games I will play throughout. Now, what constitutes a casino? Now, what constitutes a casino, at least in my opinion, is a building that has at least 50 or more slots. Now, that's arbitrary, but that's the one I've chosen. So I'm going to be staying away from the PT taverns, the gas stations, and the supermarkets that have a few and what have you. A lot of these pubs, and grills, they have a lot of machines and they're all around, and maybe 1 or 2 video machines, but they're not going to have 50. And that brings me to the Dotties casinos. Now, this is an interesting one because in the state of Nevada, or actually in the United States, there's 120 Dotties casinos. That's a lot. I'm not going to play them all because they're not all in Nevada to begin with. But I will play as many as I can find. Now, because I'm going to be placing numbers on all the casinos before I go in, so you'll know exactly what the count is as I go, I will place let's say it's casino number 23 Dotties, and then after that, I'll put another number, which is the store number, because all the Dotties are designated a store number. And I'll go ahead and put that in there, just so you know it's different. Well, in addition to that, I'm going to actually film or at least take a picture of the outside of all of these casinos before I go in. And then there's also the Wildfires. Now, Wildfires is owned by Station Casinos. They're local casinos, if you will. But they all have more than 50 machines, and they're all, fairly good size. Most all have little cafes, what have you. And so I will be doing all those. The same thing applies, but they're not numbered. So all I'm going to do is, let's say the 48th casino I visit is a wildfire. I'm just gonna, I'll show a picture of it. I'll put wildfire. This is wildfire number 3 or wildfire number 4, because they're not designated with numbers. So that's how I'm going to cover that. Now, aside from that, there'll be a lot of driving. There'll be a lot of stories, because you got to keep in mind that I'm old. I turned 21 in Da Nang, Vietnam. I was in the Air Force and I was stationed in Da Nang. And here, I'll put a picture right up here of me. I was a good looking guy back in those days. Hard to believe, I know. And turning 21 in a war zone in Da Nang was kind of sad. Sad. But after I did come back to the States, my older brother, Jerry, we call him Butch, he and his wife took me to go to Las Vegas. And I'll tell you, that first time, that was something, because it was the first time I had been to Las Vegas. And we went to the International, may have been called the Hilton by then, but I think it was still the International, which is now the Westgate. He took me there and we saw the Bill Cosby show. He obviously had me my first drink. We had our first drink there, and we watched the Bill Cosby show. And you know what it cost? I remember this clearly. It cost a minimum of 2 drinks per person. That was it. No cover charge, just $2, 2 drinks a person. And that was kind of standard in those days. So as you can tell, I have been coming back to Las Vegas for 3 or 4, sometimes even more times per month for the next, 53 years. 53 years I've been coming to Las Vegas. I watched the Luxor being built. I remember when the MGM Grand was called the Marina Club. I watched them put up New York, New York. All of them, all of the big ones. I watched them be built, and I gambled all along. I have a video on my channel here. It's called The Dead Casinos. You may want to take a look at that, of all those casinos that I used to visit and are now gone. I'm going to be placing, I'm going to talk a few stories along the way, about my experiences in those years up to now. I also am going to be putting in some autobiographical information, not necessarily for you. I mean, you're welcome to watch, but it's going to be in the hopes that my great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, what have you, will look at these videos and have an idea of who I was and what I did in those years. That's the beauty of this YouTube. It's going to be there, I believe, forever. And my kids and grandkids, great-great-grandkids are going to be able to watch it. So what I will do, for those of you who could give a hoot about me, I'm going to put down at the bottom of the screen that if you'd like to skip that information, then just go to such and such time on the video tube and I'll be back at the casinos part. So I'll do that each time before I go into one of these things about my life, because you probably won't be interested. And I think that's all I want to talk about in this intro. I'm so sorry that it had to be here. Oh, I know, one more thing. And I'm spoiler alert, but it's not a big spoiler. On the first day, I did the South Strip. I went from, the usual, from State Line all the way down to Bellagio, went across the street to the Horseshoe, and then back to the Mandalay Bay. And early in that trip at the Luxor, I fell. I missed a step, I fell, and I hurt my leg. Now, I had a torn meniscus a few years ago, and I fell on that knee of all places. And I still had a lot of walking to go, and I was determined to do it. So my knee hurt. I was limping pretty bad, but I got to tell you, you're going to listen to me whine a lot about it. Just ignore that, because this morning when I got up after a miracle 10-hour sleep, I was so tired, and I never sleep that long, ever. I'm usually a 6-hour guy. So after 10 hours, I was so nervous about putting my feet on the floor and stand up, and you know what? It was okay. Still hurt, still stiff. It was okay. So I was able to go on to the day 2 agenda, which is the downtown casinos. All right, and you'll see all that in the future ones. So anyway, I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to start the process of you watching the casinos. Again, this first one is rough, but I will get better as I learn and go. So thank you again. I hope you'll come back time and time again. Tell your friends, that sort of thing. All right, see you soon. Well, here we are at casino number 1, Primm Valley. It's right on the border. I was expecting to have some curveballs thrown at me on this trip, this very long trip, but I did not expect it to be on the very first casino. I am showing you this, show you I'm here, but I can't go in because it is closed. I went online, it said nothing about being closed. It's still going to be number 1, but I cannot put a bet here. I did know Whiskey Pete's, which is across the street, was closed. I guess we all know that. And I knew that the shopping outlet here was closed, but there was no indication that the casino itself would be closed, but it is. So I'm just going to have to deal with that and move on across the street to Buffalo Bill's, which I'm going to assume will be open, and that will be casino number 2. All right, that's all I've got. Curveball number 1 completed. All right, let's go on inside. Now I'm guessing that probably most of you have probably seen a lot of videos of this. This is really, of the 3 casinos, this is by far the best. It's beautifully themed, in the old miners, Western kind of motif. And it's really nice. I mean, I like this casino. But now the big question is, what's going to be the first game? Should it be a video poker, or should it be a slot machine? I don't know. It's gonna be my first bet of the trip. Kind of looking forward to this, but let me show you around a little bit first, and then we'll go ahead and make our first bet. I will say that I have stayed here. When they first opened up, I was curious, and so I did stay here for a night. The rooms are small, because it was built quite a while ago, and but they were clean, and they were, they fit everything that I wanted in the casino. And they also, as you have probably seen pictures of, there is a huge roller coaster that surrounds and goes over the casino. At one time, when it was first built, it was the highest roller coaster in the nation, and a lot of people came just for that. Unfortunately, though they still keep the track up, it's still undecided whether or not they're going to do that coaster again or not. I kind of hope that they do. Now, on the weekends, they still have concerts here. They have been catering a lot of them, if you look at the billboards, to the Latino communities, because they come out and support their artists. And so it's pretty enjoyable that they're making a go of it. Looking around here towards the back, there's hardly anyone here, but as you saw the concession stands there. But surrounding the perimeter of this casino is some very nice little pieces of art and stage and everything that gives that a really nice theme and kind of enjoyable. All right, I have decided that the first one is going to be Mo Money. So as you can see, I've got my $40 in there,
And I will come back if I get a bonus or a feature. And if not, then I will move on. Sad to say, but the first one is a bust. Nothing came up, so let's move on. Here we are, casino number 3, the M. Oh, let's take a look. Over here, they got a new tower that they're building. This is about as far as they've gotten. It really surprises me that they have a new tower. I never thought they really were doing that well to begin with, but I guess so. I will mention about this place, I have a history with this hotel, as I have with most. And that is, I came here when they first opened, and they were very liberal with their comps in the beginning. They had some full pay machines, including some multi-games that we played. So I've stayed, the rooms are very nice. But, you know, after a couple of years in, they, like everybody else, tightened up, and I never hear from them again. So let's go ahead and go inside and place our bet. I haven't been here in quite a while. It's kind of nice to come back. Everything looks pretty much the same as it always has been. They always keep a good stock of the newer machines. It's still kind of early, so I don't see hardly anybody playing. There's a few, kind of look across. And I'm gonna take a little look here. There's approaching the gift shop right now. And I'm gonna move down here a little bit. I'm going to show you where the buffet used to be. And the M had one of the nicest buffets in all of Las Vegas. The food was always top notch. The service was impeccable. They kept it clean. They kept it fresh. And it was truly a wonderful buffet. When I used to get comps here, I used to get comps to the buffet too. And boy, that was a real treat. So, it's kind of sad looking at what is now empty. Now, I heard something about once in a great while they open it. As you can see, it's right there. I don't see why they can't. Oh, kind of disappointing, but that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. This is the front desk area. They are supposedly the official Las Vegas Raiders casino. So you're going to find all kinds of shops selling the Raiders merchandise. Now, why this is the Raiders casino, it's far away from not only Las Vegas, the Strip, but it's even from the Allegiant Stadium. Now, as I pan around here, I want to show you this coffee shop. This is where you come and get your coffee, for those of you who like to come out and get coffee in the morning. It's very nice. They've got great pastries called the baby cakes, and so you can get yourself a nice pastry and coffee in the morning. Not very cheap, but then again, you're at a very nice place. All right, we are going to now go to our first roulette game and find out what it means to win or lose at roulette. All right, here we go. A little roulette. I'm going to put $20 on black. I don't know if I'm in time or not. Let's see here. I don't know if this one's spinning for me or not. Let's hope it is. Oh. Yes, I won. Winner, winnerless chicken dinner. Thank you. We're done here. Inside, they're putting up some new blackjack felts. Kind of cool.
two sports books. This one for the baseball, football, what have you, and this other one is just for horseback and what have you. So it's really nice to have two. I played in this poker room a lot. It's a nice poker room, worth a visit. And finally, they have one of the better buffets, pretty cheap too. Well, already going a little bit different here. I'm at the South Point, and South Point has a lot of full pay machines. So when there's a full pay machine, I'm going to take advantage. So instead of double, I'm going to do bonus deluxe. You'll notice the difference here is if you look at the full house and the flush, it's what they call 9-6, or for 5 coins you get 45 quarters or 30 quarters, which is much better than most of the games. And this is a very close to 100% payback in the long term, which means nothing to me because I'm only playing very short term. Notice I have $25. I'm going to count 20 hands and I'll cash out whatever I have. So I'll play the first one with you. And this is how I'll do all of these. Okay, I have 3 deuces. Now, if I catch another deuce, that's going to be $100. Gosh, could you imagine? Well, okay, it's still a win. That's 1. All right, I'll be back towards the end. All right, I'm back. I've played 18 hands so far, and if you look there, I got $42. So I've had some nice hands. I had quite a few trips dealt to me, and I got a dealt straight. So I've got 2 more hands to play. Here's one. Okay, I guess he's going to hold the queen on that one. And here's hand number 20. All right, so I'm going to cash out $41.25 on a $20 investment winner. Park the car. We're now going to walk into the Silverton. They have a nice little area here in the front. They got little fireplaces and seats, and you don't have to stay here. You can choose to just bring your friends or family and sit around the fire at night and enjoy the evening. Kind of nice, a little park area here. Once again, you don't have to be a member. I've stayed at the Silverton many times, and I will tell you this, they have got the most comfortable beds ever. The rooms are small, there are no views, but boy, those beds, they're the best, I kid you not. All right, as we go in, notice that the aquarium there, a lot of people come and visit this. They have mermaid shows, they come out and they feed the sharks and what have you, and it's really a nice show. I don't think enough tourists know that this is out here. Now, if you take a left and you start going into the casino, another really favorite place of mine is the Mermaid Lounge. And in the Mermaid Lounge, I'm going to get kind of as close as I can, and I don't see anybody there, so I don't think they're going to bother me. But as you're enjoying your drink, come on up here and just check out these 2 aquariums of jellyfish. Boy, there really are a lot of them, and they're fun to watch. You can sit there and sip your beer or your drink and just enjoy the little show. There's a cute little mermaid in the front. We'll let it go with that. All right, let's there's your sports book. It's small. In the Silverton here, this was once the poker room. And of course, like most places, they've taken the poker room out, don't make enough money, and now they do themes. Now imagine the entire room is nothing but link machines. Dragon links. I'm looking to see if there's any other links besides the dragon. No, this is all dragon link machines, every single one. I don't see one maxed out major anywhere. And in fact, the biggest one I see now is $804. That's the biggest. All right, Silverton is nice. I've stayed here many times. Once again, they used to be very liberal in their comps, and their rooms, though they were small, they had, and I'm not kidding, the most comfortable mattress I ever slept on. I love coming here for nothing more than those mattresses. But all things are not to be.
and so we move on. And here's something new. An entire wing of nothing but buffalo machines. Every type of variety of buffalo you can imagine is in here. And personally, the only buffalo game I'll play is this link machine. But aside from those, I hate buffalo. They're such teasers. You get the gold and you get 35 spins and 50 spins and you think, oh, I'm in for it. And of the 50 spins, 24 of them are dead spins. So I'm done with buffalo, except for the links.
Under the who knows why category, my camera quit taking the video. I can't find it. They're lost. I don't know what happened to them, but it's gone. So you didn't get to see the bet I made. I did play roulette again, and I did bet $20, and it fell on red. Okay. My plan is to always keep my videos around 30 minutes. Even I can only take so much. So I hope that this will be day 1, part 1, and tomorrow I will go ahead and put in day 1, part 2. And you want to stick around for that because I am going to be doing the south side of the strip, where I begin at Mandalay Bay and I'll walk all the way down, hitting all the casinos to the Bellagio, then across the street to the Horseshoe, and then from the Horseshoe all the way back to the MGM Grand. My goal is to upload a video every single day, so you will see part 2 of day 1 tomorrow, and then hopefully day 2 following the next day, and so forth. I want to thank you again if you've stuck along this far. Thank you, and I hope you will tune again tomorrow. See you then.